Hey, welcome back everybody. We're going to explore some more tools today in Adobe Illustrator. So let's go ahead and create a new document. And we're going to go to Letter. And we're going to keep it Landscape so it fits our screen a little better. And here we go. So I want to look at the Transform tool today. But first thing we need to do is create an object so we can transform it. So let's go ahead and make a polygon. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this and hit Shift. Let's go ahead and give it a color. So I'm going to give it a fill. And I'm going to make the stroke a little thicker here, like 2, just so, because we're going to see some things that happen to the stroke later. Okay, so next thing I need to do is make it asymmetrical so we can see when the changes happen. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Direct Selection tool, and I'm going to click on one of these anchors, and I'm just going to kind of drag it out here. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, that looks asymmetrical enough. So let's go ahead and keep that selected here. Now I'm going to go up to Object, and then Transform, and we're going to look at all these tools here. So first of all, let's look at Move, but Transform again we can kind of ignore. Okay, that's doing the same transformation we've already done, so we don't need to do that right now. Let's go ahead and look at the Move transformation tool. Okay, so here it is. I've got Preview on by default, so that lets me preview what's happening. So that's kind of good because I can see how this is affecting my object. So here it is now. Hit Preview, and I can see that it's got positions and angles that I can kind of rotate, and distances, and it's in points right now. And okay, so I can see what it's doing, and that's fine. And you know, if you need to be precise with something, this might be the tool you need. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and it moved my object whatever distance those points said and at the angle it said. I'm going to hit Undo now. Normally, I would just pick up my object with a Select tool and just move my object. But if you need some kind of precise movements, that might be the way to go for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and select it and look at the next one. Object Transform, Rotate. And once again, Preview is on. It may or may not be on for you, but you can click it on or off. So here it is. If I hit Preview, it's set to 180 right now, and I can rotate it all sorts of increments. And you know, if I need to be precise about something, I can also type something in, like let's say I needed 90 degrees right there. I can hit OK, and there it is. Now I'm going to undo it, and what I usually do, so again, that's good if you need to be precise, but I can also be kind of precise here with most of the things that I need. Once again, with the Select tool, I can go outside one of these corner anchors, and I can see that it turns to a little Rotate button, and I can rotate it. Okay, and if I need to be precise in increments, I can hold down Shift, and now it's going to rotate in increments of 45 degrees. So that is pretty helpful. And again, 99% of the time, that is all I need to do is rotate it using the Select tool. Okay, let's look at the next one. We've got Reflect. Okay, again, Preview's on. Let me turn it off. This is very helpful. I use this quite often, and we can see here that I can reflect it horizontally, and by the preview, let's take a look at what it would do vertically. And that's pretty good. All right, let's say I want to do that. Let's go ahead and hit OK. I can also change the angle. So let me undo it. Command Z. Object Transform. Let's go to Reflect again. And let's see the angle, if I reflect it at an angle. There we go. So look at that. So it doesn't have to be perfectly horizontal or vertical. It can also be at different increments here as well. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. Okay, let's look at one more thing here. Let's go Object Transform, Reflect. One more thing with the Reflect tool, I mean. And I'm going to turn Preview off. And let's say I want to duplicate something, and this is how I use this quite often. I can go ahead and hit Copy. I'm going to hit Preview so you can see what it does. And okay, let's say I want that kind of reflection here. Then I'm going to hit Copy instead of OK. And it's going to make another one. And that is super helpful when doing a lot of graphic work. So I'm going to move it down there, and I held Shift. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, look, it looks like wings. So let's try that again. So I'm going to, this time let's select both of these. Okay, let's select both of them. And let's go to Object, Transform, and let's go to Reflect once again. And let's do it vertically this time. But this time let's also hit Copy, and it showed us a preview. Let's hit Copy, and there we go. Look at that. I'm going to move it, hold down Shift. And interesting, I got a little kind of maybe logo looking thing here. All right, pretty cool. Okay, that's the Reflect tool. So let's move over. I'm going to make a duplicate of this original one, holding Option. Bring it over here. And let's look at the scale. Okay, so again, I have preview on. It's kind of defaulted to being on for me. But as you can see here, I can scale it up precisely to whatever percent I want. Let's say I want 150%. I'm going to hit OK. And there we go. I've got a object 150% bigger. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this one again. Let's duplicate this. And let's go again to Transform, Scale. And let's check out Non-Uniform. Okay, so let's say I want the horizontal transformation at 150 and the vertical at 100. Okay, so I can hit Preview and see what it's going to do. And look at that. So it kept my vertical distance even and my horizontal wider. So that could be useful too. Now, let's look at some other options here. Scale corners and scale stroke and effects. Okay, so in order to look at this, let's go ahead and make this one a lot bigger. Let's go ahead and transform this 200%. Let's see the preview here. Okay, cool. And let's click this off and hit OK. Now let's do it again. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here, give myself some room. I'm going to get the same object. I'm going to duplicate it. And this time, let's try another button here. So Transform Scale. 200%, but this time I want to hit Scale, Stroke, and Effects. And look at what it did. You can already see when I have the preview on that it is making the stroke scaled in relation to the size of the object as well. Okay, so that is an important button. Now, most of the time when I do transformations, I just do this. Let me duplicate this again. I just go ahead and go to a corner and I drag it. But look, if I want to distort it, I usually do that. But most of the time I want to keep things in proportion. So I hold down Shift. Now this is key. So make sure when you're scaling something, you are always holding down Shift and grabbing the corners or grabbing any of the sides really. But holding down Shift so it stays in proportion. But what I wanted to show you here was that the stroke will only scale up in size if you have that button clicked. Now, since that button was clicked the last time, even if I do this one by hand, it'll keep scaling up. Or, let me hold it, scale down. But we can see here in the first transformation I did when it was not clicked, the stroke stayed the same size as the original stroke. So this just depends on what you need and what you're trying to do. You just need to be aware that however you have this set in Transform Scale is going to make a difference, let's unpreview this, on whether your stroke scales up or does not scale up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit Cancel. And one other option there, so let's go back. Transform Scale. You also have the option to duplicate your object as well, okay, by hitting Copy. So, scaling corners. Let's take a look at this as well. So I'm going to hit Cancel. Let's get my original object, or just one of the ones the same size. And let me go ahead and see, I've got a little corner here. So let's go ahead and round it out there. And you can see how it rounded everything. Okay, so let's transform it. Object Transform Scale. And let's do it without scaling corners first. Let's do it 200. And let me go ahead and copy it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there it is. Let's see if I have more room on my page. I'm running low. I'm running low. That's all right. Objects can go off the page, so I'll just keep it there. Let's go ahead and take this one again. And I'm going to go Object, transform, and I'm going to scale it again. This time I'm going to scale corners, and let's take a preview here. And look, it looks different already. So let's go ahead and hit copy and check out what it did. So you can see here, when I scaled the corners, it kept the object exactly the same. Here on this one, without it scaled, my corners are set to the same curve as the original object. So they stay the same, kind of like the stroke did, unless I scale the corners as well. Then it'll scale the whole object. Okay, and remember those settings stick with whatever you have, even if you're doing it by hand, okay? Even if you're not going to the transform tool or the transform menu up here and doing it by hand. Okay, let's look at the last one here. That's different, and that's shear. So I'm going to take this one here. And quite honestly, I have not used this one once. I've done things other different ways when I transform things or move things around. But let's just look at what shear does in case we need to know. So I'm going to hit preview so we can kind of see what happens. And let's just change the angle. Oh, and look at that. Really distorting this and using angles to kind of change the way everything's going. And look at it, you can't even do it at beyond certain degrees. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I go vertical, what happens there. Horizontal. Okay, so it is stretching and transforming things at different angles, and you're getting a lot of different things. Personally, I find this pretty hard to control, and I find it more useful to achieve what I've drawn or what I've kind of designed by grabbing things and moving them manually. But this option is here if you need it. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And then the last button down here is object transform each. And here it's got a bunch of options all in one go. Preview is on. So you can see here I can adjust the horizontal, the vertical, I can move it, I can do all these things at once. And for me, once again, I don't really think this way. I think in terms of doing one step at a time, more so than not. But this option is here where you can click on your different things, scale corners, scale strokes, and all these things at once and get it kind of all knocked out. All right, I'm going to hit cancel. And that is a look at our transform tool here in Adobe Illustrator. Very useful, especially when creating designs and logos and graphic images. I use the reflect a lot, and a lot of things you can do just by using the direct select tool. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys on the next video.